It is said that the king lived in the kingdom with his beautiful daughter. The queen had passed away and the king married again in search of a new mother for his daughter and a partner for himself. The new queen was a widow and she brought her daughter along with her. Initially, life seemed very peaceful, but soon darkness engulfed the princess's life. Then one day the king was called to war and the stepmother started showing her true nature. "This is not your house, it is my house. You are just a burden." The queen glared at the princess and said. The queen kept the princess hungry and gave her very little food. Because of this, the princess became very weak. One day, when she was sitting in the palace and crying, a brown bull came close to her. The bull's big and beautiful eyes were shining with sympathy. He asked the princess, "Dear girl, why are you crying?" The princess slowly replied to the bull, "My father has gone to war and my mother left me to die hungry. So do this. There is a silver cloth in my ear. Take it out. As soon as you spread it on the ground, your favorite things will appear in front of you." With a little hesitation, Saadi took out a shining silver cloth from the ear of the bull. When she spread the cloth on the ground, a table full of delicious food appeared in front of her. She ate to her heart's content and kept the cloth with her. Soon the stepmother came to know how the princess was arranging for food. Walking in the fire of jealousy, when the king returned, she pretended to be sick. The queen told the king in a dramatic way, "Oh my king, the doctor has said that I can get health only from the meat of a brown bull." The king, who was really scared, agreed helplessly. When the princess heard their conversation, she went to the bull with a broken heart. She went to the bull and said to him while crying, "They want to kill you and I can never see this happen. We have to leave from here." The princess gently said with her hand, "Oh my king, the doctor has said that I can get health only from the meat of a brown bull." The king, who was really scared, agreed helplessly. When the princess heard their conversation, she went to the bull with a broken heart. She went to the bull and said to him while crying, "They want to kill you and I can never see this happen. We have to go from here." The princess gently said with her hand, "Oh my king, the doctor has said that I can get health only from the meat of a brown bull." The bull touched the bull and said to the princess, "Don't worry, dear friend. We will leave from here, but promise me that you will obey my every order." The princess nodded in affirmation, and both of them left the palace and ran away. While traveling, their first stop was in a copper forest where the trees were shining in the sunlight. The bull warned the princess not to touch or pluck anything from here, no matter how charming it was. The princess promised, but seeing the beauty of the bull, he plucked a copper leaf. The bull told the princess to keep this leaf safely. "It will help you in such a time when you are in trouble." Then both of them reached a silver forest where the trees were shining like silver. The bull again warned the princess not to pluck anything from here, but the princess again got impressed by the beauty of the forest and plucked a silver leaf. Finally, both of them reached a golden forest where all the trees were shining like gold. The bull again gave the same warning to the princess that she should not pluck anything from there. The bull told the princess that this is the place where they will have to part ways now. He told the princess that he cannot go with her further, but before that the princess will have to do one thing. The bull told the princess that whatever she has gained from the jungle, she will have to hide it in this rock. The princess hid the copper leaf, silver leaf, and golden shell in the rock. Saying this, the bull disappeared from the sight of the princess. The princess put a wooden sheet on herself to hide her beauty and started asking for work in the palace. Seeing her poor condition and the wooden sheet, the commons gave her the job of washing utensils and jokingly called her the woman of the wooden sheet. The prince of the palace was extremely beautiful, and one day the princess was asked to take water for the prince. Seeing her dirty sheet, the prince threw away the water. The princess was very hurt and she went back to the palace. She went to the rock where she had hidden those things and asked for a nice dress. A copper dress appeared from the rock which was glittering in the moonlight. The princess wore that dress and rode her horse back to the palace. The prince who was present there became an angel on seeing the princess and asked Saadi, "Beautiful girl, where have you come from?" The princess said in a very sensual way, "I have come from the Valley of Waters," and disappeared from there leaving a copper glove behind. The princess was then asked to take a towel for the prince. When the princess took the towel to the prince threw it away after seeing the princess's appearance. The princess went back to the same rock and said that she wanted a beautiful silver dress. A silver dress appeared from the rock and the princess wore it. After wearing it, she returned to the palace. When the prince saw the princess, he asked again, "Beautiful girl, where have you come from?" I have come from the earth," and leaving a silver chain there, she disappeared from there. On the third day, the princess was asked to take a comb to the prince. The attitude of the prince was again not good. She threw away the comb on seeing the princess's appearance, but the princess also had a lot of money. She went back and asked for a golden dress. When the princess reached the palace after wearing the golden dress, the prince on seeing her pleaded and asked, "Oh, beautiful girl, now tell me who you are and where have you come from?" "I have come from the valley of Kangi," the princess replied, and leaving a golden shoe behind her, she disappeared from there. The prince was now desperate to find that beautiful woman. He announced that whichever woman would wear the golden shoe would be his bride. Many women tried to get the shoe completely. Even the princess's stepsister, who was the queen's daughter, also tried to get the shoe completely, but it did not happen. In such a situation, a bird came to the palace. He sat near the window and said, "This shoe belongs to the girl who is wearing the wooden sheet. It will fit perfectly." The prince called the princess, who was busy washing the utensils in the kitchen. The prince told the princess to wear this shoe. When the princess wore the shoe, it fit her completely. When the princess removed the wooden sheet from herself and revealed her beauty, the prince was astonished to see her beauty. He came close to the princess and sat down on his knees and proposed her marriage to her, which the princess happily accepted. And thus the prince and princess got married with great pomp and show.